Okay, Bea, if you
Okay.
would you like to walk us through a little bit of your exhibit?
I will. It's called Forms in Nature, and mainly because I'm using nature as my creative force and also a lot of natural materials from nature. So I started making pine needle baskets in about the year 2000 to go with the pottery that I was making, and since then I've mostly leaned into just making baskets. So I have 3 different kinds of baskets in this show. The first one is similar to this. This is called a pine needle woven creation because it has so much negative space and you can't really call it a basket. But I do enjoy making them, and I never know where they're going to end up. And so that's one of my particular kinds that I'm making now. And if we go over to here, this small installation is all cordage baskets. And cordage means that I have braided the grasses that I've used. And this is a Watsonia leaf, and I braid it, and then I weave it together to make a basket. They have various centers in them, and that's one of my newest things that I'm making is cordage. This one doesn't have cordage, but it has seagrass. And, oh yeah, it has a little cordage with beads in it. I like the colors in it, the different shades of white and beige. And there's cordage right in the middle here. This is a daylily cordage. And then I have my regular pine needle baskets that I make with wax linen thread. And I use a variety of beads to enhance the decorations. And these are pine needles from a Montezuma pine that I pick here in our area. This basket is just a continuation of different coils, different threads I had left over. So I just coiled and coiled and coiled, and it came out to be a multicolored rainbow basket. And more pine needle baskets down here with, this is a red dyed pine needles that I ordered.
So where are they from?
They're from South Carolina.
Huh.
This is another one of my pine needle woven creations. You can see all the space that's being created, and my use of beads. I love to use beads whenever I can. This is my big pine needle installation, all cordage baskets, and some with pine needles also. And then I am also a potter, so I use a variety of patina techniques on the outside of my pots. These little teeny pots are made from red terra sigillata, which is a very fine slip that I put on and I buff in between each layer. So this might have about 10 layers in it. And then after it's fired once, I put it in the kiln again and raise it to a temperature of about 1,000 and drop horsehair on it. And it creates the clouds and the squiggly black lines. And then this is smolder fire, which has a white terra sigillata on it. And then I put it in a real low fire smolder, and it creates a black patina. It can have also different smoke edges. And then this is just more cordage baskets. This is my latest one. I love it because it's big. I managed to make it a big one. And these are all Watsonia leaves all around here. Then if we come up here to the front, in the front I have 2 pine needle woven creations. This is called Azules del Mar, and this is Shades of Nuance. I never know where these are going to go when I start them. They just keep moving and moving, and I create as I move along.
So, those are the 2 big pieces.
Yeah, these are my 2 main centers.
Another one of those negative space
Right,
creations.
with a lot of little pots that I've made. Over here also in the that I've made. And these I've done with glazes. This is called an ancient jasper glaze. And I really like the way they come out. I don't know how they're all going to turn out either, with the black coming in between. It's a wonderful glaze that I love. And I have a variety of different pine needle baskets along the edge too.
All right, Riva, if you can give us a walkthrough of your exhibited pieces.
These are all black and white images, mostly taken with film and printed by hand. And I usually work in black and white, and I thought for this show I'd like to do color, but then I couldn't go all the way to color, so I ended up watercoloring just selective parts that had some emotional connection for me. So just little bits of color that responded to how I correlated to how I remembered. I think I for the most part remember things in black and white with just hints of color, and so this series of work, which is images from over 30 years of photography that I just carefully hand selected and did a little watercolor on.
Yeah, the woman with the umbrella, that kind of exemplifies it. Just a splash of color in there, and it really focuses your attention.
Yeah, and I have one of those hanging on my wall. It's all black and white. I feel like that really shows, when it's all black and white, it has a real different feeling. I feel like a little bit of yellow is sort of optimistic somehow. It's sort of, it brings a little bit of sunshine in to what was otherwise a bit of a somber photo. So I like how the color can kind of change the meaning, or soften, or change the experience of the photograph.
Sure. Let's walk through a few of the pieces, then maybe comment on each one.
I took this one 30 years ago in France, in Monet's garden. Most of these were taken locally, but some are from different adventures I've been on. This is an older photo from a collection of when I used to own too many rubber ducks. I'm heavily involved in tango, so there's a photo that represents. This is one from a large series I did of self-portraits.
Yeah, that's almost emblematic of you here. The lone woman with that colored umbrella and the surf.
And that umbrella is pink, and some of them I've painted the same colors, and then some I've invented colors.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, Rafa.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.